So these are some of the sources of data that can support an evaluation of these risks. And today we will be focusing on sources of data that are external to your company to help support risk assessments. Okay, so moving on to data sources to support food fraud vulnerability assessments. We also have a food fraud database that scans the scientific literature, media reports, regulatory reports, and other sources to provide an in-depth and holistic view of the landscape for food fraud. Regulatory alerts are certainly helpful for understanding food fraud risk, but they're not quite enough to truly understand your potential risks in this area. And this is because fraud, unlike most food safety problems, is intentional. It is designed not to be detected, and therefore we need to include additional sources of information to understand the types of fraud risk in raw materials. So these sources can include the scientific literature, media reports, and things like industry publications. So our food fraud database brings together a wide variety of sources to inform fraud risk. So for example, we can look across a small list of raw materials like these shown here and quickly identify which of those raw materials have both a high number of records and a high number of distinct adulterants. So adulterants are the undeclared substances that should not be in an authentic raw material. And in this example, honey scores high on both of those factors. So now we can zoom in and see that the number of records we have captured for honey over the past 9 years, and there is an obvious upward trend.